What happens when one of the biggest divas in music sits down with one of TV's most provocative hosts and things completely spiral out of control? You're about to see. This is an interview nobody expected. Before we begin, hit subscribe and leave a comment because this story is intense. Mariah Carey steps onto the set looking every bit the icon she is. From the start, tension is in the air. Cohen opens with what seems like a simple question, but anyone who knows him can tell he's setting something up. Mariah, welcome back. Always a pleasure, Andy says, smiling. Thank you for having me, darling, Mariah replies, calm and elegant. Let's get right to it, Andy continues. Something's been trending online. Your fans have been clashing with another artist's fans, and there's been drama. Your thoughts? Mariah's smile stays, but her eyes shift. Andy, I don't focus on others or their fans. I focus on my music, my legacy, and my journey. Right, but come on, Andy leans in. You've seen the tweets, the comparisons, the debate about vocal range and who's the greatest this generation. You haven't seen any of that? Mariah shifts slightly, uneasy. Andy, it seems you want me to engage in a petty argument. That's not me. I've been in this business over 30 years. I don't need to prove anything. I'm not asking for proof, Andy says, eyes glinting. Just your opinion. Seeing younger artists using runs and whistle tones you pioneered, do you feel they're copying you? The audience goes silent, sensing the question is loaded. Mariah sips water slowly. Imitation can be flattering, Andy. If artists are inspired by my work, that's fine. But inspiration and copying aren't the same. I created a style that changed singing. When people do what I do, they follow a blueprint I set. So they're copying you, Andy presses. I set a standard, Mariah says firmly. People try to reach it, but few succeed. Andy leans forward, building tension. There was a recent performance, no names, but many say this artist hit notes you haven't in years. How does that feel? The room is silent. Mariah keeps her face calm, thinking carefully. Andy, she says measured, longevity isn't ability. I've performed longer than some artists have been alive. My voice has matured and evolved, but that doesn't mean I can't do what I've always done. I choose when to show it. Choosing not to and not being able are different, Andy counters. People wonder if you still have that range and power. Mariah's jaw tightens. Are you seriously questioning my ability on live TV? She asks sharply. I'm not questioning anything, Andy says, hands raised. I'm asking what people want to know. You're a legend. Legends face challenges. Fair? Mariah repeats, disbelief in her voice. What's fair about inviting me just to tear me down? Comparing me to artists still finding their way while I've cemented my place? Tension thickens. Andy leans back, sensing he may have gone too far. But he also knows this is prime TV. Andy, Mariah sets her glass down firmly. I came for a real conversation, not clickbait disguised as an interview. Andy looks surprised. Mariah, this is about your career, influence, and cultural conversations. Isn't that the point? Interviews should show respect, she fires back. You're creating drama unnecessarily, pitting me against others for ratings. I'm not doing that, Andy insists. But you've had public feuds like with Jennifer Lopez, so asking about competition isn't crazy. Mariah laughs, sharp and cold. Jennifer Lopez? That's ancient history, but of course you'd bring it up for attention. People want the truth, Andy says. What really happened? Nothing, Mariah says firmly. Different paths. Media wanted rivalry, just like what you're trying now. Andy shifts. Let's talk about your personal life, marriages, engagements, public scrutiny. Do people see you as an artist or just celebrity drama? The audience gasps. Mariah stands to make her point. Andy Cohen, I sold over 200 million records. More number ones than any solo artist besides the Beatles. 5 Grammys, countless awards. If people focus on my life over achievements, that says more about them than me. But you shared your life publicly, Andy argues. You can't complain when opinions form. Opinions are fine, Mariah says. What you're doing reduces my achievements to gossip. I won't allow it. Then walk off, Andy challenges. Everyone will say you can't handle a tough interview. Tough interviews make you think, Mariah replies. Your questions are traps, not insight. Andy stands. I've interviewed hundreds of celebrities. Most handle it without defensiveness. I'm not defensive, she says. I'm protecting my legacy. And that's why you called me out, Andy presses. You wanted a viral moment. Yes, you got it, Mariah says. Phone's record, silence hangs. I didn't bring you to attack you, Andy softens. People want honesty. Honesty? Mariah snaps. Women get chewed up in this industry. Shows like this feed that cycle, they sit. You think my show contributes? Andy asks. It thrives on conflict, Mariah replies. You know what you're doing. Then why come on? Andy questions. To remind people who I am, she answers quietly. To focus on music. I hoped for a real conversation. Clearly I was wrong. Not wrong, Andy says gently. We can reset. Tell me about your new project. Mariah hesitates. I'll stay if it's my way. No traps, no gotcha questions. Andy nods. Deal, let's talk music. Tension softens. When you write songs now, is it different than at the start? Andy asks. Completely, Mariah says. Earlier I wrote to prove myself. Now I write honestly, from feeling. That must be freeing, Andy says. It is, but also scary, she admits. Vulnerability is frightening after decades of armor. And this project? It's me, she says. No filters, no pretense. Do you still aim to prove yourself? Andy asks. Every day, she says. I'm my harshest critic. I watch old performances, see every flaw. I want to keep proving I still have it. And are you succeeding? Yes, she smiles. Success is staying true, creating meaningful work. The audience watches, captivated. Anything else for people to know? Andy asks. I'm still here, Mariah says. I'm creating, unapologetic, undeniable. Applause fills the studio. Even Andy claps. Thank you for being here, he says. She shakes his hand. Thank you for everything, she replies. The cameras stop, the audience leaves buzzing. This wasn't just an interview, it was a moment of honesty and power, one that will be remembered. Was Andy too far, or was Mariah right to push back? Comment and subscribe for more stories like this.